Oh, it's time to ask Big Daddy. Once again, our real estate expert, Brian Garrity, is here. Brian, we're going to have to redo the graphic. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. I mean, you went through some health concerns, and you have come through this with flying colors, with renewed energy and exuberance, and I know loving helping people with real estate. But it's so much more than weight loss. How much did you lose, though?
225 pounds.
Man, can we still call you Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Because it's an honorary title?
It's all persona. It's all persona.
It's all persona, exactly.
But I like it, exuberant.
Well, I mean, that's what I want to let people know, too, is as much as they have valued your assistance and your help, especially during the really tough real estate times here in San Diego, you're back really like with a renewed enthusiasm now, and so is the market.
On many levels, absolutely. And I was always there for the people, you know.
Well, and that was the thing. And I think the folks that worked with you during that time, they know that you were always there for them, even when it was tough for you. So let's help folks out today and move on and turn that page and get on to this next chapter here.
We're on it.
The market really is starting to get very exciting now in San Diego once again, and we haven't been able to say that for 8-10 years, seems like.
Well, yeah, good 5 years. But I'm telling you that right now, if you're a buyer, you are going to be faced with competition. If you're a seller, you're still holding a stronghold in the market. So, you've got some ego going and your house is the best house. However, there are still people and it can be an agent's misstep, it can be the buyer's or the seller's misstep, but listings can go stale. And what I want to have happen for people to understand that are watching, that are like, why am I hearing all this stuff about how the market's moving and my house has been sitting here for 90 days? Don't want to point blame necessarily at the agent, but that's the person you're contracting to do the job.
That's the person that's supposedly getting paid to move this house.
Right. You're the boss. So as part of you being the boss, you need to put in a plan with that agent and find out what are they going to do to market your property.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that you do when you market properties. And one of the things is you really know about the online presence.
90% plus of buyers start their search online. So as much as I would want to have been resistant to that, I've had to jump in and make sure that you're keeping all your listings up to date. Because the MLS, which is the old school, which is now very up to date, but they syndicate out to all these websites that are popping up. A lot of the stuff that gets syndicated, if you as the agent don't stay aware of what's going on Trulia, what's going on Realtor.com, what's going on Zillow, you can have bad information about your listings on there. So you've got to constantly be working to make sure that that information is accurate.
And this does make the agent work in a different way,
completely different
because,
way.
In the past, the agent kind of held all the cards with that mysterious MLS.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You can't get it, but I can.
Right. Yeah. You had all the mysterious cards.
Exactly. So that's number one. Photos of homes. Again, if they're going to be looking at things online and so forth.
Listen, it's just like people Instagrammed what they had for dinner last night, for goodness sake. So people like
I still don't understand that phenomenon, but yes.
I agree. But people love photos. So 90% of people start online. I have a high definition photographer that I pay for that comes out and does our listing photos. You make sure those listing photos are sharp. On luxury homes, you may want to do night photos or on photos that it warrants it, because sometimes night photos don't make sense for like a track house that doesn't really. But
I can really, I never thought about that before. But you're so right. For example, if you've got a lovely pool and a view in the back, that is totally different ambiance at night, and that could really be a selling point.
And how about that being the first photo instead of the photo of the front of your house?
See, you got it. Well, this is why you've
got to strategize through it, because it gets really boring when you scroll through photo after photo and everything you see is front of house. How about get creative, put on a different photo, something that's really going to make people think, wow, look at this kitchen. Wow, look at this master bedroom. Look at this infinity pool. Look at this view. Use that as your first photo.
I think the secret is, and what you've so dialed into is you want somebody to place themselves in that home, in that situation, the first time they see it. They go, oh.
You want them to gravitate in. One other trick, though, that an agent can do, all you have to do on the MLS to keep your listing high is move photos around. I know that's a bad thing to be saying, but it's the truth. So if you want to keep your listing at the top of the priority list for buyers, switch your photos around. It's that simple. So, I mean, you're hiring somebody to do a job, you're paying them good money. I think they can take the time to move the photos around. Stuff like that really bothers me that people don't understand.
I've got only just a couple of seconds, but I want to just at least touch on these things. It can be really tricky if you write overblown copy or overhyped copy. People see right through that.
Right.
And you hear dream home, fantastic, fabulous, all these superlatives, and you go, yeah.
Right. Well, or how about when you read every single listing as perfect opportunity for first-time home buyer.
Right.
Perfect opportunity.
So you got to be creative with the copy, but you've also got to be.
You need to be creative but be realistic.
Right.
And you want to grab the people's attention, and you want to make sure that what you write is descriptive about the property, not some far-off description that doesn't make any sense about what you're writing about.
Look, I know folks can catch you on the radio.
Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, that thing's taken off like wildfire.
And it's not just real estate, it's a lifestyle show,
Lots
but certainly you'll touch on real estate as well.
A lot.
But Brian Garrity, our real estate expert, there's some other tips there. We couldn't get to all of them. That's why folks are going to pick up the phone. They're going to give you a call. You'll take their listing. If they're a buyer, you'll be more than happy to help them. And
we'll knock it out of the park. And we will give them a discount if they're a San Diego Living viewer, because it's 4 years now for your family folks.
Be sure to mention that you're part of the family and you're part of San Diego Living's audience, and let Brian Garrity take care of you. It's great to see you, Big Daddy.
You too.